I heard the Spirit of the Lord talk to me and say, Taylor Swift is leading the masses astray, leading people to hell.
I had felt God telling me that I needed to sell my Taylor Swift tickets.
God told me a few days ago to stop shopping at Target.
I think religious people oftentimes take their internal monologue and like give it a character and like externalize it and then call it God. Because if you notice, what God says to them always aligns with their worldview. Like, how is God out here agreeing with every single person's different and conflicting worldviews? And what are the odds that you just so happen to have the right one out of all of the gods on your side, dude? And it's always things that like a human person would think, and not like an almighty, all-knowing, omnipotent, all-powerful God would be thinking, saying, worrying about. And here's the thing, I was a Christian for like 23-ish years, and I would pray all the time, like hours in one sitting, like really passionately, really into it. And the intuitions and like wisdoms that I received still happen after leaving, because it was actually me all along. The internal monologue that I thought was God didn't change after not believing in God. And they'll say things like, oh, but it came out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't my thought. It just came to me. And it's like, well, that's how thoughts work. Like, you don't make a conscious decision every time you have a thought to have a thought. And it'll be related to something they've been thinking about, like, you know, that's like relevant. Like, that's how thoughts work. And here's the thing, like, what does it matter? But I actually think it can be really dangerous if you can validate any thought you have with the authority of God. Like, you can, any narrative you have in your head, you can just validate with the authority of God. So I actually think it's really important to separate these religious experiences that people have in your inner monologue and know how to identify when it's your thought and internal monologue. And that water gets way too murky for a lot of religious people, and I think it's not good.